Hi guys, it's Chris with City Girl Homestead, and it's Thankful Thursday. It'll be our last one of the series, but today I'm going to do something a little different with Thankful Thursday. I'm obviously going to make something, and I'm going to tell you what I'm thankful for, but I also want to make a couple of announcements. So starting tomorrow, I have an open collab, so anybody that wants to join it, any channel, any individuals, if you want to just pass along a recipe, whatever you want to do, and I'll post it. And it will be, and I'll put it in the description, but it will be Holidays on a Dime, hashtag Holidays on a Dime at City Girl Homestead. And what I want is economical desserts, economical appetizers, and snacks. So that, you know, for those of us that have to cook for Christmas or whatever, we can do something a little bit more, less expensive. So maybe we can have a nicer holiday, because I know we're all feeling the pinch, and I know we are, so I'm sure you guys are too. Then I'm also going to do something, I didn't mention it, but anybody that wants to join into it and add to it can do it as well. And that'll be homemade gifts. So it's going to be hashtag handmade love at City Girl Homestead. So I'm going to do all three today so that you guys will see, because until I actually put something in, the list won't show up. But if you put the hashtag at City Girl Homestead, I'll get notification. I'll put it in there for you. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a gift, but I'm also going to make a bowl for me. And then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with it. So I'm going to make brownies. Now, I was watching Renee, and I seen her make brownie mix in baggies instead of like the quart jars like I do. Because, you know, already, and there's so many more things that I want to make for the kids, already that crate's getting really full. So I thought this is a wonderful idea. So I'm going to make brownies in a bag. And what I did is I went through and I wrote down on the outside brownie mix, and then they need 2 eggs, half a cup of oil, and a teaspoon of vanilla. So I wrote that on the outside of all the bags so they'll know exactly what to do. So I'm going to start out by, I need a cup of sugar. I got Tom's chair over here I'm using for a desk, kind of. You just run out of place. I've got my Instapot out because I need rice for today, so yeah, you kind of run out of space. So I'm going to do a cup of sugar in my bowl. And I'm going to do a cup of sugar in each of these bags. I've never had very much luck with these bags, so I hope that that works. So the first thing I'm thankful for, obviously, is my Lord and Savior. And right now I'm trying to depend on Him as much as I can. Not just for my health, but finances, work, everything that you could possibly imagine. We need to learn to put our trust in Him. And our faith in Him. And sometimes when things are tough, that's a really hard thing to do. You know, you've learned to so many times depend on yourself that we forget that there's other people. God is first, and then other people that might be able to help. All right, so the next thing we need is a half a cup of flour. Let me get this other scoop out of here. The second thing is my family. Always my family. Our Thanksgiving went pretty good. There was no arguing. That's a good start. And I think they had fun. So hopefully we can do it again at Christmas, I'm hoping. They haven't said yet, but I'm hoping that we can. And Nate will be here on, I think he's coming in after work on the 22nd, so he's driving from Tennessee up here. So we'll be glad to see him. And he's going to stay a couple days with us and then head home on Christmas Day. So then we need a 1/3 cup of cocoa. The next thing I'm thankful for is my friends. And you know, a lot of you are what I call my friends. Some either sisters and brothers too, because absolutely, we're all sisters and brothers in Christ. That's how that works. It doesn't matter what you look like, where you're from, who you are, what color you are, nothing. We're all one. And we're all supposed to be good to each other and love each other. That's how that works. All right, now we need a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. Yes, my oven's heating up, so that means we're going to bake something. And I've been trying to think over exactly what I want to say that I'm thankful for today, because I usually have some sort of theme, and I don't really think about it. I just, kind of just happens, you know what I mean? So I really don't have it down today. But I'm thankful for that we don't have, oh, the next thing is a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, sorry. That we don't have war on our land. I don't know if it's going to stay that way, but I sure hope it does. Because I'm sure there's a lot of you that have kids or grandkids that are of that age that, personally, I don't want to see that. I don't want to be like all the other war and torn countries. I want to continue to believe that we have the greatest country in the world and that, you know, things can get better. All right, so now let's see if I can take them off these things without making everything go away. Ta-da, one. I actually got these as a gift from one of you guys, and I have a hard time using them because usually they tip over. Today they're working really good. So now you want to take as much air out as possible. Don't put oxygen absorbers in here because it does have sugar in it. Now if you want to mix it together in the bag, you can, but you're going to mix it together once you put it in a bowl. So look at that. Isn't that cute? So that will be part of my homemade with homemade love for that one. And I'm going to make a whole lot more. And I would love to see, even if you guys just send pictures, whatever it happens to be, on things that you make for your families for Christmas. Because I think it'll give other people ideas too, and that's a good thing. Whenever we can share ideas, that's always good. Well, there's something else I'm thankful for. That we have such a great community, and that we try to help each other out, and we pray for each other, we give suggestions, you know, and all that is so very, very important. I mean, like, what is the saying? It takes I don't know, to raise a child, but you know what? Even if we're adults, sometimes we need that help too. You know, it isn't always about just being kids and needing the help. Sometimes as adults we need suggestions or, you know, something. Alright, so there I have 4 gifts for my kids and for Courtney's mom. I should have made another one for the daycare, but I didn't. Alright, so there we go. And that takes up a heck of a lot less room than a quart bag or quart jar. So, now let me get this taken care of and I'll be right back. Alright, so now for the next part, where we're going to do holidays on a dime, I'm going to make cherry brownies. So the first thing I'm going to do is that brownie mix we just made up. I'm going to kind of just whisk it really good because, you know, sometimes cocoa can get very clumpy. We don't want clumpy brownies. But while I was taking care of everything, and Jack was helping actually, I thought about something else to be thankful for. I mean, I'm thankful for everything, you guys don't. Yeah. I'm thankful for you guys' generosity, making my dreams come true. And I don't mean just gifts either. I mean the liking, the sharing, the subscribing, the comments. Everything that's helping to build my channel. to build my dream. But I got to thinking about it. I was texting my niece, and she works in the service industry, and she hates her job. And she wants to find something else. And, you know, at the wage that she needs to make, it's going to be hard to do, but hopefully she does it. So I think we need to be very thankful for everyone in the service industry. Because this time of year, you guys, those people get beat down like crazy. I mean, they get treated like crap, you know, because we're all in such a hurry and whatever. And, you know, they come to work. They want to be treated fairly too and treated good. So remember that when you go to the stores or your to restaurants or, you know, your mail delivery, UPS, whatever it happens to be. I know Kendra, she puts like a cooler outside for stuff for the delivery people and the mailman and stuff. And that's a really good idea. I could not do that here because we have a lot of homeless and we have some that stay down at our park. It would be cleaned out every night, so our people wouldn't get anything. I know my voice is cracking again today. Anyways, and then I got to thinking, we really need to be thankful for our first responders. You know, they say that deaths and suicides come up during the holidays. And, you know, my son's ex-girlfriend, she's a EMT and firefighter. And I'm sure she walks into a lot of bad things. So, you know, in the big city here, there's not much that they don't stay busy with, you know what I mean? And I'm talking about police officers, EMTs, you know, ambulance drivers, you know, cops, you know, servicemen and women. And the servicemen, we really need to be thankful for them because, and women, by the way, I mean both. They keep the bad people at bay. They send our kids into harm's way, which I don't like at all. But they save us, they protect us, they keep us where we can go to sleep at night and not worry about bad things really happening to us here. And for them, you know what? Thank you. Thank you for protecting us. Thank you for doing what we don't want to do. And for mothers that have had to send their boys and girls out there, God bless you. And if they didn't come back, I am so sorry. And for those firefighters and police officers and whatever, it seems like you guys don't get a lot of respect nowadays. That's why we actually do something at Christmas time for the firefighters and police officers. We're only doing the firefighters this year. But you guys run in when we run out. And I'm so very, very, very thankful for you guys. I asked an officer one day, we were over here at Olympic Broil, and you know, they have that patch, and it's the flag, and it's going the opposite way. And I said, I'm going to go ask them why they do that, what that means, because it's on the cop car too. And he says, that means we run in when people run out. So it's the flag going the opposite way. I never knew that. I had to choke it down a little bit, but it's true. You may not like what they do, and they're not all good, they're not all bad, but they do something that we don't want to do, and for that they deserve our thanks. So, I keep getting into deep stuff, don't I? Alright, so these cherry brownies, we're going to take my brownie mix, and we're going to use 2 eggs. Oh yeah. I should cook eggs more often. You know, I really do like eggs. And we're going to use a whole can of cherry pie filling. Oh, that came all out. Don't tell Jack. And then we're going to mix that together. You know, and if you get this at the dollar store, and that's why I wanted to put it on the holidays. Hold on, sorry guys, I'm trying to poke that one egg. Holidays on a dime. If you make your own brownie mix, and you actually buy that cherry pie filling at the Dollar Tree for $1.25, and then you got 2 eggs. This is pretty cheap. Well, for those people that don't like the word cheap, it's pretty inexpensive. I don't mind admitting that I'm cheap. I told you guys what my kids said, you know, when they were little. Anything that had a red tag on it, or an orange tag, they'd be like, Mom, Mom, it's on clearance, can we get it? And you know what? It's funny, is that they're both economical shoppers now. The one's wife, who is an ex-wife now, she wasn't so much like that. She just bought whatever she wanted. And my son is not like that. And he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. That's got to stop. We don't spend 20 bucks on a bottle of shampoo. He's like, I grew up on Suave, you can too. I'm like, Christopher, chicks sometimes think a little differently than that. All right, so now we're going to take a mini muffin pan, and we're going to spray these really, really good. You know, I couldn't find this pan this morning. I'm like, where is it? Because I use it so much during Christmas time that I'm like, oh no, where is it? All right. I've got a ham in my sink, so I can't just throw it over there. Oh my. I'll have a mess on my countertop. That's okay. So now we're going to fill each one of these cells with some brownie mix. Of course I'm making a mess. It wouldn't be me if I wasn't, right? And if these turn out really good, I might actually make some for the fire department and for the homeless bags too as well. Because I think they look like they're going to be delicious. And when I do those homeless bags, I mean, you know, putting the food in there, I got to keep it at a decent price too. You know what I mean? So anything that I can do to save money to make it really nice, that's important to do. I know this year, boy, things are a little rougher for everybody, I know. Be thankful that you woke up this morning, and be thankful that you have a home and a place to lay your head and, you know, food in your stomach. And I think that's kind of why I'm liking to do the pantry pull. I mean, it's rotating some of my stock and letting me know some things that I need to recan, but, you know, I mean, it really does take a big chunk off of what you're spending a week on your groceries, you know what I mean? Because that stuff is just crazy. Crazy expensive. This might actually make more than the 24. So maybe I'll have 2 batches of it. We'll see. I know I used to be a big holiday person, and I loved it when my kids were little. You know, I'd make all kinds of cookies and candies and, you know, have a big, big dinner for the family. And one year I hosted my ex-husband's family, and he's got 8 brothers and sisters, and they all have, like, at least 2 kids. Oh my gosh, you guys, the house was packed. The kids actually ate on a blanket on the floor. Because we ran out of space. And I didn't have any of them help me make anything, because I have a thing. When you come to my house, you come for your company, your family, and I usually don't make anybody do anything. But the honest truth is, now that I'm getting older, I sure wish they'd volunteer. One year, actually, my son Nate, he said, he goes, you go sit down, we've got all this. And I'm like, are you sure? Because, like, they're usually sitting at the table still talking, And I'm out here in the kitchen doing 10 different things of dishes, you know. I'm just going to fill these up so that I don't have to do a second batch. Oh, these smell so good, you guys. They come up with all this stuff, but they can't come up with smell-o-vision. What's wrong with that picture? All right. So now they're all filled. I'm going to put them in a 350 oven. And it says for 15 minutes, 12 to 15 minutes. So I will be back when they're done. All right, so they're all done. I've been packing all the rest of that stuff in our homeless bags. I'm about halfway through. Thank you guys for everything that you contributed. I cannot tell you how much you guys came through. It just, wow. Their bags are going to be nice and full once we put, you know, the sandwiches in there and then some goodies that I make too. They're each going to get 2 pairs of socks and some blankets and just toothpaste, toothbrushes. I mean, just the list goes on of everything that you guys have done. And I want to say thank you for, on behalf of the homeless and for us here at City Girl Homestead. So these are finished. Let's take one out. You know what these remind me of is those little brownie bites that you buy at the store. These are still really hot. But before I eat it, I wanted to say thanks to the farmers as well. You know, it's probably one of the thankless jobs that there is out there. You know, my family, when they came across from Germany and whatever, from, you know, into Ellis Island and whatever, they migrated into Michigan. My dad's side anyway. And they've always been farmers. And I can tell you, they all worked around cows and stuff, you know. And I can remember my Uncle Charles, he was up at the butt crack of dawn and he was out milking cows, and he worked himself up to where he ran the crew, you know, and I've milked cows for a living, and it's a hard job. And he'd bring that fresh milk home. He'd always tell my Aunt Lena, put it in the fridge, Chrissy doesn't like it warm. Because God bless you guys that can drink it warm, but I cannot drink fresh cow milk warm. It has to be cold. But you know, those guys work themselves to the bones, and they'd go out before it was daylight and come home after it was dark. And, you know, we have a couple farmer friends too that do fields and, you know, stuff like that. And those guys sometimes almost work around the clock. You guys have no idea. Well, some of you do. But a lot of these young kids think everything come from a store, and it doesn't. Those guys bust their butts. And sometimes we don't show them appreciative enough that, you know, that we appreciate everything they do for us. I probably said that wrong, but that's okay. You know, and even if it's a small farmer, even if it's a little small homesteader, even if it's you planting something in your window. You know, a lady told me, I said to her, I says, well, you know, I call myself City Girl Homestead because I have a garden and I cook from scratch and blah, blah, blah. And she says, you know what? She goes, you are a farmer and a homestead too. And I says, what do you mean? She goes, anything that you make for yourself takes the burden off the food chain. So that does make you important. And you know, I never thought of it like that. And you know something, even if you grow just herbs in your window, you've done something. If you're cooking from scratch and you're not buying from the store, you are helping a farmer out to take care of his family as well. So kudos to all of you. This has been a great series, and I do appreciate each and every one of you watching my videos and making comments. And I love you guys. I really do. And when I say that, I don't take that lightly. I love each and every one of you, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And I want to thank you again so much for helping my dreams come true. It might take a while, you know. I can't pay a car payment on it yet, but you know what? Someday it'll get there. And it'll do that because we grew together as a community. And that sometimes, my friend, is more important than any amount of money you could ever do. So, now let's shut up and try this brownie. Oh my. hot. Mmm. I got a big bite of cherry. Ho, 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 ho. Mmm. Mmm. I got cold tea on one side, hot tea with, I've been putting these in them. These honey lemon cough drops I've been putting in my hot tea. So, that is really, really good. And you know, there's nothing in this that you can't put in the freezer. So if you let them cool down completely and put them in a gallon baggie, you could put those in the freezer for Christmas time. I want to do a few things like that so that I'm not bombarded with so many things to make right at Christmas, you know, because now with COVID being over, I can send stuff into Tom's work, and I want to do the homeless, and I want to do the fire department, and I want to do my family. So anything that I can make ahead and freeze, I tell you. Again, thank you guys. You can post below, or you can post a video, whatever you want to do. But you know what? If you woke up today, you got something to be thankful for. You got a purpose still on this earth. You know, even if it's me telling you from a YouTube video that you're loved, know that there are so many people out there that love you that you might not even know about. So many people that care about you. I've found that out in our community. People, when they pray for each other, or they say, you know, good luck, or, you know, I hope everything goes well. Those people really do mean it. They don't just say it because it's convenient to say. We got a great community here, you guys. And I hope it grows even bigger and we stay as close as we are. I really do love you, and I really do appreciate you. I'm gonna get teary. Thank you guys. Thank you for everything. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And even if I won't be doing Thankful Thursdays anymore until next year, Thanksgiving, know that I appreciate you. You guys have a wonderful, blessed day. Be a blessing. And I'll see you at dinner.